Welcome back, friends. It's Anders. Today we are making some fun Halloween cocktails for grown-ups because we are in the spooky season. So these are spooky themed cocktails and they're not over the top. These are really good sipping cocktails. 4 of them, 1 original, 3 that aren't. So let's get right into it. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more sips, tips, and recipes. And let's go make some fun spooky cocktails. To the bar. Number 1, the Haunted House. This spooky cocktail was created in 2011 by Jeremy Ortel. It's also listed in the book, The Old Fashioned by Robert Simonson. Although I don't think of this really as an old fashioned, although it drinks in that style. To make this drink, we will start with 1 ounce of Jamaican rum, 1 ounce of rye whiskey, half an ounce of Swedish Punsch, 1/4 of an ounce of a ginger syrup. I'm using Library & Company Fiery Ginger Syrup. If you have a homemade, that's great. Depending on the level of ginger you want to taste, you may want to adjust this amount. Then 2 dashes of Angostura bitters, add ice and stir. Pour that over a big rock, express orange oil across the top, and I like to garnish this one with a cherry. Grab a spooky pick, a skull pick. This is the spooky part of the cocktail, the haunted part. This is not in the original. I don't know why this one was called the Haunted House. Actually, I think it was named after a band. Cheers. Ooh, this fiery ginger syrup is really fiery. I'm feeling it in the back of my throat. Little bit of funk, that's from the rum. Little bit of spice. I wanna say rye spice, but then you definitely get the ginger spice. So it's warming, it's good for the fall, it's good for the spooky season. Next, number 2, the Psycho Killer. This was created in 2014 by Jillian Rose at Dead Rabbit out in New York City. It is essentially a riff on Negroni, Boulevardier, kind of in that vein. It's bursting with flavors. To make this drink, you're gonna wanna start with a cocoa nib infused Campari. It's simple to make. Take 1 tablespoon of cocoa nibs. To that, add 1 cup of Campari. Give it a shake, let it sit for an hour. Honestly, I let this one sit for 2 hours because I wanted to get more of the chocolatey flavor out of it. Once you've extracted enough chocolate flavor, you can strain off the nibs, put that into a little bottle. You have cocoa nib infused Campari. We will stir this cocktail. To make the drink, start with 2 ounces of good Irish whiskey. To that, add 3/4 of an ounce of your cocoa nib infused Campari, half an ounce of a white creme de cacao, half an ounce of a creme de banane, it's a banana liqueur, and 2 dashes of absinthe. Stir with ice, strain off into a Nick and Nora glass, no garnish necessary. The Psycho Killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Look at that color. Any psycho killer would love this. Cheers. This is really good. I would not change anything about this. The banana and chocolate, natural combination with the bitterness of the Campari is really nice. The smooth Irish whiskey, I don't even know that you could pick this out right away as a whiskey cocktail because of the other big flavors, but you are left with this kind of woody flavor from the whiskey. It works really well. Number 3, El Diablo, the devil. I've done this one on the channel before. This is, without a doubt, the oldest cocktail that we have on this video in this list, because all the other ones are new. But not this one, although my presentation is new, which is why I like it for Halloween. Start with a fresh lime. We are going to massage that lime, cut it in half, juice half the lime into a shaking tin. This is gonna be about 1/2 an ounce of lime juice. And then don't throw away the lime shell. Invert the lime shell to make a little bowl. Set that aside, we will use that later. In the shaking tin, to the lime juice, add 1.5 ounces of a reposado tequila. Add ice and shake. We don't wanna shake it too much. Now, in a Collins glass, add a little bit of ice, not all the way to the top because we're gonna need room in this. Pour this off with a nice ginger beer. Now I like a cloudy ginger beer for this because the presentation works a little better with a cloudy ginger beer. It's gonna be about 3 ounces of the ginger beer, leave a little room on top. We can now put in that lime shell that we inverted right on top and fill that with creme de cassis, about 1/2 ounce or so. Now for the grand reveal. Tip that lime shell boat, let that creme de cassis fall to the bottom. Might wanna give it a stir because that's gonna wanna sink. And there we have El Diablo. Cheers. Man, I really love this one. You do get the tequila, you get the berry fruitiness from the creme de cassis, little spice from the ginger. It's refreshing, easy drinking. It's not as scary as it sounds. Don't be scared. A lot of times I like to drink this without the straw because at the bottom you get a lot of that creme de cassis. You can give it a stir and then sip on it. You get a little bit of the oils from the lime. Dangerous. Next, okay, this is finally, this is the one I was most excited about. This is my personal creation that I developed for this season. This is the Black Dragon number 13. That's right, number 13. Why number 13? Because I think there are at least 12 other Black Dragon cocktails out there. Google it. They're all different, but I wanted one that I wanted to call the Black Dragon. This is an exciting cocktail. Is it a beer cocktail? Is it a coffee cocktail? I don't know, you tell me, maybe both. To make the Black Dragon number 13 in a shaking tin, start with 1 ounce of cognac, 1 ounce of cold brew concentrate, half an ounce of Averna, 1/4 of an ounce of a rich Demerara syrup. That's 2-to-1 sugar to water. Add ice and shake. In a chill glass, add 4 ounces of a nice strong stout. I'm using Dragon's Milk Stout because this is a dragon cocktail and it's from New Holland Brewing, but use any good stout. Then gently pour off the cocktail over the beer. It's gonna wanna foam up, so be gentle. And that's it. Could I have done a cool garnish, a spooky garnish? Yes, I could have. You could put a stencil on top of whatever you want. It could be a spider web, it could be a skull, it could be anything. However, this is the world reveal of this cocktail, and I didn't want to add anything else other than I wanted it to be, I was lazy. I was just lazy. Coffee, beer, toffee from that Demerara syrup, and then a slight herbal bitterness from the Amaro. Outstanding, if I do say so myself. If you need to know how to make cold brew concentrate, I will leave mine own recipe down in the description down below. It was important for me to get this video out to you well before the Halloween holiday. I'm sorry I'm not dressed up. There. I am dressed up. I am a sexy cow. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you are making of this list in the comments down below, or anything. If you got some crazy cocktail you're adding dry ice to, be well, happy Halloween. Maybe put more thought into your costume, and I will see you next time. Cheers.